Are you coming to the Sierra Mastermind?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good. There's 50 people registered, by the way.
Oh, wow.
I know. It's awesome.
That is good.
Yeah. Yeah. And good news is I was trying to find some panelists, like people who I think are like, worthy of kind of showcasing. And I was kind of having a tough time just because I was too busy to get it figured out. But I found someone and she is awesome.
Is
So
it Joe?
yeah, Joy Almond. And I know her website. It's in my market and she's, it's it's like a full on SEO optimized website. And I've never really talked to her, but then finally end up talking to her because, she's the one and she generates a lot of leads from basic SEO and she closes a lot of high end leads that she just passes over to her buyer's agents, right? And then they close the deal and then she collects 50%. And that's all website SEO. We'll talk to her and, get ourselves excited about what's possible. I've got two things and then we'll work on the third. Yesterday, I did a nice overview with the Digital Marketing Mastermind on kind of like what I'm doing with some of the AI tools right now. And so I want to maybe just quickly go through that. I was just talking use case to the AI tool, and there was a couple things to just share with everybody. I thought that was valuable. It was kind of fun. So let's do that. Number one. Number two, let's talk about what to do to prepare for an event, right? A couple of you guys are going to go. So I'll just give some best practices around event strategies. And I did this with Michael Saunders this morning. And I was like, yeah, that was useful. Let me just share that. And it's good for anyone whoever's going to any event. I don't care if it's a local event or whatever, not. Like, I think these are just good best practices. Let's get on with this quick conversation about the updates to AI. Not sure if you guys all noticed, but as of this week, right? I spoke about this last couple of weeks, which is the updated versions of the Google AIs on your personal account. So it was on my Patrick Todd Ferry at Gmail. So my Gmail account had the advanced versions of the AI there. And then I just saw this week that the AI is now inside of my workspace account. So I had like paid for my workspace account. So my at Coach P Ferry or my Tom Ferry at yourcoach.com, which is a corporate account, big. And I'm just like one of 150 people underneath the at your coach account with Tom Ferry. And this week, the Gemini showed up inside of my docs and my Gmail. So that was really cool. Okay, so make sure that you guys have that set up. The my favorite Friday podcast of the Super Tech Bros, the All In podcast. The All In podcast guys have been absolutely shredding how pathetic Apple has been, not only in their new phones, right? And they're like, Apple should be embarrassed with the level of tech of the iPhone 16. And I hope that, they get this thing figured out, right? And these are, four tech billionaires in San Francisco. But then, like, one of them was like, Google's assistant, the Gemini assistant, they're like, the Gemini assistant does everything that you would want your Apple assistant to do. And so, again, don't take my word for it. Like, this is what, some of the smartest and brightest are saying right now. So just be aware. So for any reason you're like, yeah, I spent I barely spent $1,000 on a laptop. And you guys, are sitting there so excited about your text message, emoji. So just play with the tool, start tinkering around. It's available. Okay. And let me show you a use case scenario right away. That is for some of you guys, this is really good. Okay, so on the experimental advance, so we did all of our deep research stuff, which was great for all of our year review and our market forecast content. That was fantastic. And then I just went straight over to experimental advance and And I just look how simple this query was. So I I went to this query and I said, this is for Michael Saunders. I said, help me develop a strong SEO plan for relocation home buyers for North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina, an avatar and keywords, right? Now, contrast in the past with like back in the beginning last year, I'd be like, act as an SEO expert, da 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 da. Like I'd have to really put a lot of effort into prompting it well. Like, look how rudimentary that prompt is. It was just very simple. And then what came out is just incredible, right? Define your target avatar, avatar relocating Rachel. That's hilarious. Demographics, epic. Psychographics, amazing. Keyword research, location specific keywords. I mean, hello. Right? If you guys are not creating YouTube videos to those, not sure what planet you're on. Short tail, neighborhood keyword, lifestyle, neighborhood specific, epic. Lifestyle, amazing. Real estate keywords, fine, right? Boom. School related keywords, amazing. Short tail, amazing. Content strategy, blog posts, comprehensive relocation guides, neighborhood spotlights, cost of living comparisons, yes. Job market insights, yes. School guides, of course. Lifestyle content, real estate tips, landing pages, relocation service page, neighborhood specific page, great. Videos, downloadable guides, social media, technical SEO, off-page SEO, Google and what? Hello, right? Like, wow. Okay, so look at this is just a less than 2 sentence. And then, so for all of my friends, right, who are wanting to attract your relocation buyer and you're running your YouTube strategy for attracting relocation buyers, or, I was attacking Priscilla to read yesterday's session and saying, that you guys are on the path for organic website SEO. And if we can really get the website SEO moving in the right direction, that's going to be exciting, right? So I think that'd be like a fun thing for you guys in 2025, right? Teresa, you guys would have completed the Google trifecta, Google Business Profile, YouTube, and then website, all three of them generating clients and revenue. So please make sure you guys have some fun with Google Gemini with, kind of remember this original use case, which is, you get a chance to talk to Google, right? And so use that for all SEO type of content marketing. Great stuff. Okay. So have some fun with 2.0, run some tests on that, see how that plays out for you. Okay. Let's go over to, if you guys haven't yet. So we have Grok, which is Elon Musk's, and it is inside of your X account. So if you have an X account on your phone, you'll see the Grok symbol at the bottom and you can click that. Okay. I actually really been liking it just on my desktop and just keeping Grok open. Now, again, just as a reminder, what's the use case for this? Okay. So super easy. All right. What's the latest with the LA fires? Right. Like right now, today, real time, what do I need to know? And Grok is a fantastic place for that type of stuff. So I want you guys to be thinking about centering your mind around how you would use that tool, right? Like what would be the use case for that? Okay. So anyways, it should be hot takes like right now. So it'd be, I did this the other day because, some clients here. So it's like, what charities are local and on the ground in LA helping, right, fire victims, right? Like today, right now, what's there? And so boom, and it'll just go through that process. You guys follow me? That's really good stuff right there from Grok. Now, use case. I would love it if a lot of you guys were doing a better job with kind of trend jacking content, hot topic content, right? So we discussed the other day, and for those of you hearing this for the first time, I was listening to Levi Lassik's passive prospecting YouTube channel, where he kind of coaches agents on how to run their YouTube strategy. And he basically says he solved the riddle of the YouTube organic seller lead channel. And I was like, okay, well, that's cool. I'm interested. So I started listening to it. And in essence, it was a simple, like, what's happening in Dallas, Texas? And that's the title of the channel. And then the title of all the videos was what's happening in. And then what he would do is he would discuss something that was in the news that affected residents. So the avatar is homeowners and residents of. So he's in Dallas. So there's always something new happening. There's this new freeway that's going from here to there, right? There's this new mega complex being built over there. Some companies moving into town over here that just left California, right? There's always something new kind of happening that's almost kind of newsworthy that has searchability for residents and locals. And I was like, okay, that's cool. That makes sense. And oh, by the way, that's on a separate channel. It's not on your relocation buyer channel. And I was like, all right, that's kind of cool. But well, where would I get all this information? And that's when I was like, Grok would be a really good place for that. Right. Like you can even just like, what are some of the most interesting developments in San Diego right now? Right. And that would be interesting information. So I don't know that I could pull that off in San Diego because there's just not that much stuff happening. But in some of you guys' marketplaces, you can easily pull that off. So my instincts say that Grok would be a really good resource for that. Now, obviously, a RSS feed would be really useful in that scenario. But, I've never set one up. I'm not really good at that. And you could pretty much just use Grok's X and get it done. Next is obviously we've got the chat GPT, and I'm going to give you guys a cool asset. So recently, I think it was Janet up in Spokane sent me an email where Mr. Beast, the most successful YouTuber on the planet, has a PDF on how to win with him. And it's a long PDF. It's like 14, 16 pages of what does it take for someone to be a team member with Mr. Beast, the most successful YouTuber on the planet. And so I was like, wow, that's great. I grabbed the PDF, uploaded it into chat, and then I just said, what does Mr. Beast say are the best practices for thumbnails and titles? Because a bunch of you, I was beating you guys up about your thumbnail and title combinations for your housing market year in review and your click-through rates. If your click-through rate, guys, just for my novices, if the click-through rate is less than 5%, then you need to go fix your thumbnail and title. Okay? Yes, everybody? If your click-through rate is less than 5%, your title and your thumbnail suck. Okay. So, well, gosh, why don't I go to the best in the entire world and ask what would they recommend for thumbnails and titles? Good idea, right? And so, of course, because ChatGPT is slightly stupid. When I just used this thumbnail title, I just kind of took this prompt and I basically just went in and I said, help me, with a thumbnail title for this video content. And it came out really stupid, because sometimes ChatGPT is kind of stupid. So then I had to do a quick update and I said, hey, Chat, hey, help me create a better best practice prompt from his that would be universally good for me. And then it gave me a little bit of a better, universal best practice for creating high impact thumbnails and titles. And so I just have a copy paste. Then I just put that into my Google Drive, right? Okay. I'll give it to you guys right here. Bing, 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 bing. You guys can have that, but you should just do it on your own. But there you go. Okay. By the way, another prompt that I've been using that a lot is a lot of you guys are you're blowing it with the words on your thumbnail and the words in your title are supposed to work together to earn your 5, 6, 7, 10% click-through rate. They are not supposed to be the same stupid terms. They work together. Okay. And so I've had to do a lot of fixes with people, right? And so how to take that title, can make it concise. Okay, fine. Right. Just, ChatGPT is so stupid. Takes like 10 prompts to get there. But sometimes you guys need to just say in your prompting, you need to say, give me a great, 2 or 3 options of a title, and then also the words to use on the thumbnail that would complement the title and increase the click-through rate, right? So if I was using ChatGPT, I'd have to be super meticulously clear because ChatGPT is so stupid, but most of you are using it. Now, why am I not going to get rid of ChatGPT? Okay. Is because my next move is to start using ChatGPT for what's called creating an agent. So, right now you can use make.com. I think we've talked about this. So make.com, right? And we can go, this link goes over, make will go, okay, take this, go over to ChatGPT, and then do this following prompt. And then, right now, Make can really do a lot of stuff with ChatGPT. And then from there, ChatGPT can go to Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Google Business Profile. It can go to everything, right? And so ChatGPT is right now, I think it's kind of like one of those ones where like it kind of connects and plays with everybody. So I'm not going to get rid of it because I kind of want to, use it for some simple stuff, but just keep an eye on that. Okay, let's keep going. Then we got, as you guys know, the smartest and absolute best AI right now for sure is Claude. Okay. Now this is kind of fun too, right here. These projects, right? Check this out. If you haven't used this yet, the project is great. Okay. So it's right now it's thinking. What I can do is you can connect your drive and you can add up and upload files. And right now on this one, I have, I think, like 14 files uploaded into this. And then you just go over here and you can ask it questions about all of the files. All right. So there it is. There's all the files. Okay. So I have a recording from a training. I've got all of these epic files that I put in there, and I've only used 45% of the capacity. And now I can go over here and go, what are the best practices for, right? Help me create an email to send to my clients about, right? What would be a step-by-step instructions for, right? I can just go over here and just ask it a bunch of questions and it just accesses all of this content. Okay, so upload a PDF, right? So, what would be a good strategy right here for all of you? What's the one thing that everybody needs to get better at, period, end of story, in my coaching, universally as a real estate agent across everybody? What's one thing that we all need to always be getting better at? And the word starts with an L. And the acronym is LP.
Listing presentation.
Correct. Now, when we go to Tom Ferry events and we go to the elite retreat, or you go exploring into your Illum and you type in listing presentation, and all of a sudden there's like a PDF from Stephanie Younger. Oh, there's a PDF from Meredith Fogel. There's a PowerPoint from Meredith Fogel. There's a PowerPoint from Stephanie Younger. There's a PowerPoint from Tom on, there was the presentation that Jason Pantana did about listing presentation. Then there's my Google document about, listing presentation. Then there's the, kind of the pre-listing presentation that we found from 16 other agents. Sounds like a pretty good project. What do you guys think? Should we upload all of those into our Claude project? What do you guys think? Yeah, then you're listening to a really good, some, cool agent, like that did a YouTube video on listing conversion and what they do and how they do it. And you're like, oh my God, this is so good. Then you just take the link of the YouTube video and you Google, how do I get a free transcript of a YouTube video? And you'll find 14 pages and you just take the link and you click it into one of those free things and you get the transcript of someone on YouTube saying some really cool stuff about what to do on a listing presentation. And then you take that file and then you add it to the project. So in 2025, are you guys going to have one project that's just listing presentation and have, 13, 14, 15, 20 documents in there? And then we can just have some fun. Yes, everybody? That'd be kind of cool. So anyways, have some fun with that. I'm really loving the use case of this project. And, I'm going to start, working, I've got the $1 million database, new listing marketing and lead gen plan, online brand digital marketing, how to master any lead type. I got a new name for that. Geographic farming, covering the housing market, social media plan, housing market, CMA a day, home service Rolodex, right? Seller lead gen, content marketing plan, Patrick Hub. So I'm going to try and start organizing all of my content in there, especially now that Claude will just automatically connect with my Google Drive, which is dope. So, it'd be really interesting to see what I'm going to be able to do with all the craziness that's in my drive and share that with you guys and then organize that content, right? So that's going to be really fun. But, what are you guys going to do with that? Right? That's going to be cool, right? Then just in general, I mean, Claude just absolutely outperforms at the basic level, just the logic, you know what I mean? If you give Claude just good prompting, it just creates epic levels of stuff and so much smarter than anything else, right? So, I uploaded a transcript and I basically said, help me create a YouTube video title, words on the thumbnail, description tags. Here's the transcript, right? I just put the transcript and it's like, cool. How to get real estate listings. This is the one that I did with Avi just the other day. Text message scripts that convert on the thumbnail should be clear and compelling. Text message script that works. Great. Here's the description. Boom. Key topics, featured guests, tags. Is like Claude is just so good and smart. It's just awesome. So, please make sure you guys are tinkering around with that. Last but not least is, do I have it up? Okay. Someone at the elite retreat is going to be doing, sounds a little lame, but maybe some of you guys, this would be probably a good elite retreat, but just how to use Tom AI. Okay. Has anyone used Tom AI for anything recently? Because I mean, if you haven't looked recently, I mean, this thing's next level now. It's got the role play feature. It's got the MLS analysis, right? Because I think, don't quote me, but right. So there's a little YouTube video on how to do that, which is cool, right? Upload a MLS data, boom, 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 cool, right? Market info. Oh, US real estate news, right? Sources, right? Key themes in real estate news, market trends, mortgage, right? Sources. Oh, that's kind of cool, right? Here's some prompts, follow-up questions. How will the overall housing prices impact sales? What cities are seeing increased? That's a really dumb question. Which areas have experienced foreclosure dips? How might declining rents affect real estate demand? What opportunities exist with current mortgage trends? Those are really bad questions, right? But anyways, that's kind of cool. Business reviews, what is this? Please log in, access your Google reviews and get those set up, right? And then they'll basically do a little analysis of some, templates. Okay, popular templates, advertisements, emails, flyers, listing magnets, marketing plans, overviews, scripts, testimonials, social media. Oh, wow. That's kind of nice, right? And then the chat bot, which is where, you do more like classic stuff, right? Like, so I was like prompting it the other day. Steffi Younger has a 3-step listing presentation script process. What is it? Step 1, pre-qualifying the appointment, the initial contact, active listening, listing appointment, home tour presentation, and wasn't actually fully accurate, but that's fine, right? Hey, if I want to create a 4-email monthly program, what would you recommend each month? Market update, educational content, client success, community engagement, right? As you guys know, I think that's stupid, but that's pretty good. What are the best types of emails, newsletters for email marketing, new listings, client success, educational? I mean, like, it's pretty good, right? For an AI, just like that. So make sure you guys are, and people are doing the role play stuff. Everybody's loving this. I haven't really messed around with it yet, but what would you like me to be? Home buyer, what personality trait would you want? Rude. Okay. How will you be, and who will you be portraying? Right. Buyer's agent. Awesome. Okay. What scenario would you like to role play? Explaining buyer representation agreement. Last question. What level of difficulty do you want? Hard, right? Begin. Cool. Have some fun with that. I will act as that, right? Have some fun.
Hey, so you're going to explain this buyer representation agreement to me, right? Make it quick and clear, because honestly, I don't see why I need to sign anything just to look at houses.
All right. Do you guys hear that? So just kind of talk to me and let's talk back to it. So, right. That's pretty rad, right? Okay. So, if your brains are a little bit bursty, that's fine, right? But, let's get on with it, right? Gemini, it's got its use case, right? Grok, use case. ChatGPT, still use case full-ish, right? But still kind of stupid, just be forewarned. Claude, epic, right? If you do a marketing piece and you do not go to Claude, I will fire you. Yes, everybody? If you're like, oh, I created this really good postcard, Patrick. And I'm like, well, show me what you did on Claude. That's my first question. Show me what you did on Claude. And then if you're like, well, I was on ChatGPT, I'm going to be like, I'm going to stop. And you're going to go to Claude and you're going to do it right now. And then I'll show you what it was, right? Okay. So you guys are not allowed to do any marketing email, any marketing messaging, any postcards, any letters, any social media posts. You're not allowed to do any marketing without first using your best friend, Claude. Yes, everybody, are we clear? Okay, because Claude will make you guys seem really awesome. All right, so that's that. Now let's talk any questions, concerns, comments, emotional overloads, freakouts, right? AI take over the world? The answer is nope, right? But is AI a really useful tool? Heck yeah, right? One of my coaching clients, Edward, when I did this with him and he was like, oh my God. I'm like, first, Edward, come on, like, stop it. He's like, I'm like, Edward, what did Tom say a long time ago? Right? Tech-enabled agent. Tech-enabled agent. Just be a tech-enabled agent. That's it. Right? So that's like, The AI will enable us to do better stuff faster with less headache. Okay, cool. All right, next, let's get to it. Let me know if I can support you guys. Let's just talk really quickly about events. And so I just want to remind you guys, I have some new clients. So, we're going into the Elite Retreat, and I have a series of advice that I've received over the years that I think is useful for everybody. Okay. And there's a few things that you're not allowed to say to me. Okay. Number one, okay, to me, the main purpose of any event, and I do believe that everybody deserves, keyword deserves, they deserve to have at least 4 events that actually occur throughout the year. There's 2 main events for all of us real estate agents, which is the Elite Retreat and the Tom Ferry Success Summit. Okay. So those are the 2 biggest events of the Tom Ferry ecosystem, right? So if you're an elite client, the Elite Retreat is the best event, period, hands down. I don't like that it's in Orlando. This is year number 2 of a 3-year contract. Hopefully it'll move somewhere better next year. Fair. Okay. It is what it is. Okay. But I would also love for you guys to attend 2 other types of interesting events of the year. Some of you guys attended last year, the 1,000-watt event. Great, do that. I would love for some of you guys to go to something, if you really need to work on your referral program, go to a ninja event and get all ninjafied, or go to a Brian Buffini event, right? If some of you are really trying to level up your social media, go to like one of the BAM event, and attend one of those. Like, make sure that you guys look at your schedule and attend events appropriately. I tend to find that the big company events are really, can be a little bit lame, even though you guys do them a lot. So, be careful with that. Make sure that you are picking and choosing wisely and doing something awesome. Okay. Oh, it's already been announced. Zach said that the Elite Retreat will be back in San Diego in 2026. Yes. Oh, thank God. So good. Right. All right. So with that said, let's talk about, I was telling Michael Saunders, you have a job. Everybody has a job at the Elite Retreat, right? At the event. Can anyone tell me what the job is? You have a job. What is the job? Get a referral while you're there. That's a cool job, right? And, Zach's pretty good. I can get a referral. I'm pretty good. If I'm on it, I'll get a referral while I'm there. Okay. Then get at least 1 referral within 30 days of the event. Yes, everybody, that's the job. You have a job, right? Do the job. Okay. That's number 1. Okay. So let's get that organized. Now, to take it to the next level, what you have to do is you have to just also identify what are your best referring marketplaces, and you have to be aware of that. And then when you are at the event, the conversation is, hey, nice to meet you. I'm at coffee. We're walking down. What marketplace are you in? Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I've worked with 3 people who've recently, moved from your marketplace to my marketplace. We should become friends, right? And the more I keep in my mind the marketplaces that have the highest referral rates to my marketplace, you guys have heard of the reticular activating system. For some strange reason, you end up seeing them like, wow, oh my God, you're from Arizona. That's great. You know what I mean? 25% of all the properties in San Diego are owned by people in Arizona, right? How many of your clients own, vacation homes in San Diego? Oh, a lot of them. Yeah, makes sense, right? We should become friends. Do you guys follow me? Okay. That's job number 1. Okay. Number 2 is I want every single one of you to, there's two things. I need you to have your priority scripting dialed in. Okay. I was laughing with Valerie Upham yesterday because I was saying to Valerie's on the digital marketing mastermind, I said, Valerie, if you can actually complete the script, you guys have seen that on my scripting, right? Where I was saying, my goal this year for my database is, and the turnover rate was, and I'm going to increase my referrals by, and I'm going to take basically X number of listings, and I'm going to do blank sales and revenue from my database. Right? There was a script. There's another script for your geographic farm. There's another script for your online lead generation. So number one is, could you go into the event with the script well organized so that when you're having a conversation with someone, you can actually perform the script? Right. And I was telling Valerie yesterday, it was really funny. And I was like, Valerie, if you could complete this script, people would fall off the chair and be super impressed. And then it would be the sexiest thing that you would do. Right. And she started laughing. Right. So please have your ability to articulate what your commitments are for 2025. That's number one. Number two. Okay. And this, you guys have heard me say this before. Please have 3 questions ready to go on. So if you were standing next to Andy C., the single most successful listing agent probably in the last couple of decades, right? 250 listings sold or whatever the number was, 23 million in GCI, right? And he is a listing machine. You're standing next to Andy C., you're at coffee. What question do you ask him? Oh, Andy, you're amazing. Right? Andy, how are you handling the commission objection right now between the buyer's agent and the seller? Go. And he would go, oh, that's a really good question. And you'd be like, that was amazing. And then you just got more value in that one conversation than you probably would the entire event because you had a question that is important to you ready to go, right? You're standing next to Ken Posick and you're like, oh, Ken, you're amazing. Hey, Ken, right? I'm working on my YouTube channel, right? Seth standing next to Ken and goes, I've got, I'm the city council. I'm now officially city council. I've got this channel. I've got that channel. I'm trying to organize a little bit with Patrick on what to do about kind of newsworthy stuff versus lifestyle stuff versus, these kind of attracting relocation buyers versus sellers. Ken, what's your best question? What's your best opinion about this? Ken goes, yeah, great. Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Because I had my question ready to go and I'm standing next to someone extraordinary, right? Hey, Tim Smith, what do you know? Funny thing that I should run into you. I've been working on my listing tour video content. Surprise, surprise. It was on my list of priorities for 2025. And I just happened to be standing next to the guy that literally broke the internet with listing tour video and creativity. And hey, Tim, I was just working on my listing tour strategy this year, and I was just trying to figure out ways to improve the quality of what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. And funny thing, I'm standing next to you, right? Tell me, kind of what your best advice is on how to improve listing tour video or the greatest mistakes that you make, go. And he goes, oh, that's a really great question. Boom, 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 boom. Because, like he's the guy. And all of a sudden you're like, wow, I just got 4 pieces of advice that could change the game for 2025. Okay. So you're standing, Lisa Munoz won't be there, but like if you're standing next to her, right? And you are standing next to an agent who's really big on referrals. Oh yeah. One of my big questions right now is kind of what the referral scripting is that I need to really focus on. Oh yeah. Hey, by the way, what's the referral scripting? Oh, that's funny. Well, here's what I do. Right. Remember when I was interviewing Lisa, I already knew, Lisa, what do you do at this point when you close the deal? How do you activate the referral? So when I asked the specific clear question, because I knew that that was an important point, she then, oh yeah, you're right. We do this funny thing, boom, boom, boom. This is what we say. We say we go with the house. We say that we, have a room in the house. Genius. That's what we needed. If you'd have been like, well, Lisa, like, how do you, get more referrals? Well, we do those stuff. That's what she would say. But when I asked a very pointed question, how do you do that? I got magic. Okay, Lisa, at the beginning, do you mention at the very point of the beginning first meeting, do you say anything about this? Oh yeah, actually we do. This is what we say. Gold. If you would ask Lisa the stupid question, Lisa, what do you do with your Care Bear? Oh, I don't know. We hired her and she does social media posting. See you later. Lisa, what are your top 3 priorities for the Care Bear, and how do you guys articulate that? Or do you have a job description for the Care Bear that you have used that was successful? Oh, good question. Why don't I get you my job description? The top 3 priorities are 1, 2, 3. Here, give me your card. I will email you the job description right now. Oh, thanks. Game changer. Do you guys follow me? Please, I don't care what event you go to, please have your 3 really well articulated questions going into the event. And then like we can let magic happen. Okay. So that's last thing on this topic is just as a reminder that when you're attending an event, I do not care for my new clients. I will fire you if you say the dumbest thing to me, which is, Patrick, I didn't learn anything new. You will be fired because that's not the purpose. The purpose is to work on your business. You work on your business while you're in an environment in which there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of great agents. You're in an environment in which you get a chance to think deeply about your business. So again, my 2 favorite super mega successful buddies, one, Alex Slayer, averages $4 million in GCI a year. You know, the guy's just, he's a beast, right? Lives the dream, perfect life, right? Really cool guy. I'm sitting in an event with him. This is an investor event, and he's sitting there. I didn't know he was going to be there. And he's got a notepad. I'm sitting there judging the speaker. The speaker's really stupid. This is really dumb content. What am I doing? And he is over there writing on a yellow notepad. And I'm like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, well, I was just working on some buyer email scripts. While I was sitting there complaining and judging the speakers, he was working on his business. That's the difference between $4 million and not $4 million. Well, the event was really not that good, Patrick. You know, Tom, I didn't really like his talk. You're an idiot. What are you talking about? Tell me what you did to work on your business. Show me your notebook. How many notes do you have about what you did to improve your business in your notepad? The talks weren't that good. Jason was a little bit annoying. You're an idiot. What are you talking about? You're there to work on your business, period. Right? So that's a really important lesson that I learned. Okay. Then the last 3 priorities. Number 1 is get the referral. Number 2 is I need everybody to come out inspired and re-lit up about the business. Okay. So that's the goal. So I was telling Michael Saunders is if after day 1, you don't have that feeling of, I just want to leave right now and get back to work because I'm so fired up to go kick ass in my business. If you don't have that feeling at the end of day 1, then there's something wrong with your mindset. Do you guys follow me? Okay, something you got work to do, and go to a therapist. Don't come to me, right? Because if you're sitting in a Tom Ferry event at the Elite Retreat and you're not at the end of the day like, I want to go right now and just go kick some butt and just get to work and crush this year, then you got something wrong up here. Okay, and that's a therapist. That's not me. Okay, so number 1, get re-inspired by your business. Get re-fired up, right? That's the goal. Number 2, I need you guys, when you're looking at the breakout sessions, I need you guys looking for, you know, in those top 3 priorities, the top 3 areas, the top 3 questions, I need you to find the area that would best serve you and your business. And please don't ask me which one I think you should attend. I would just want to confirm that the one that you chose was the best one, maybe, right? But I trust your judgment and I want you guys to choose wisely, right? So like Michael Saunders today was like, well, which one should I choose? I'm like, dude, come on, like, look at the list, right? And oh, by the way, I did see that Stephanie Younger was on that list. And for all of you guys, right, last Success Summit, the Stephanie Younger 3-step listing process was by far the most incredible thing that I had seen. So obviously, most likely I'm going to be attending that one, right? Okay, but if you need some confirmation, do you think that this would be a good one for me, Patrick? Here's why I was considering it. I'm happy to do that for you guys. Okay, so that's that. And then last thing is we need to confirm that you guys are on, your priorities are on the right track. Okay, so an example of that, is like when I was, like a simple example of that is John and Leah Courage up in Anacortes, Washington, right? I'm just unsure if this whole YouTube thing is going to work for me, Patrick. Right? Okay. You know what I mean? I'm pretty, clear with everybody that this is going to work, but I know you guys need evidence, right? Right? You need evidence. Besides just my word, you guys need evidence. And so if you're like, I need some evidence that this would work, good. At the event, seek the evidence. Find the agents that are already doing it and go have a conversation with them. Go, figure out who they are so that you can get that kind of peer group confirmation that the thing that you're going to commit to is something that would absolutely work for you. And it confirms that this is the right thing for you to do. Because every new initiative is hard. And so when you in your confidence that it's the right decision, then it's harder, right? It's just harder. So when I heard about Amy Stoudemire and how she has this weird home service thing, and it was a side business that she was making 300 grand on, and it was just the ultimate referral machine for all of her relationships with her clients and Sphere. I was like, oh my gosh, my home service Rolodex concept is absolutely the right thing to do. It gave me more confidence that you guys absolutely should commit to that strategy. And I went, oh, there's even more to this. When I was having a conversation with Lisa Munoz about her communication with all of her clients, like 900 households, she closed 50 referrals from her clients. What? How's that even possible? How do you close 50 referrals? That means she probably received, 80 referrals. And I'm not talking, these are separate agent referrals. This is just clients and Sphere referrals. I'm like, that's amazing. Okay. But when I was talking to Lisa about, okay, well, how does this work? And she was like, I go with the house. When you buy the house, I go with the house. I'm the advisor of the house. I'm your first point of contact with anything with this house. I went, oh, she owns the home service Rolodex with her customers, period. She doesn't need to do the home service Rolodex. She's a walking embodiment of the home service Rolodex. Do you guys follow me? It confirmed in my mind that, oh yeah, to increase referrals, we all need to do a better job of being that relationship, and that we are literally the first point of contact for any of our clients' needs, and that they think of us first and we own that with them. And I was like, oh, it just confirmed that we're on the right track. Right? So do you guys get what I'm saying? So it's jobs, you get a referral, go get inspired, right? Confirm that you're on the right track. If we do those things, we win, right? Have your 3 questions ready to roll, right? So that you're not fumbling and bumbling if you're walking down with Tom, Tom, hey, how's it going? How are you? Blah, 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 right? Don't just be like, oh, Tom, you're so great. I love you. This is the best thing ever. Patrick's my coach. Don't do that. grab one of your 3 questions and say, Tom, Patrick asked me to ask you this, and ask him the question, and magic will happen at that moment. Do you guys follow me? Like, be ready. Cool. Seth, I didn't really come up with anything fun or interesting, but if you're on Sunday from 3 to 5, we're going to do the Sunday 3 to 5, the Sierra Mastermind. Okay. There's 50 people registered Sunday 3 to 5. And then I've got the SEO gal who's going to be there. It's going to be great. So I just want to get, Sierra Interactive users, community, culture, masterminding. Okay. So that's number 1. Number 2, Zach and his big mastermind group on Monday at lunch. And I got to send the email, Zach, I owe it to you guys. They're going to take a section of the gigantic lunchroom and they're going to talk about forming masterminds, how to run a mastermind group, the trials and tribulations of a mastermind group. So I was going to go join them Monday at lunch over there. So it'd be great if all my coaching clients, let's just go over there and let's talk mastermind group as a group on Monday at lunch.
Patrick, can I just mention something about that? So
Sure.
You don't need to RSVP either. You can just show up. We're going to get like 6 or 7 tables, something like that. So it's just kind of like a first come, first serve.
Yep, exactly.
Formal.
It'll be and
we're going to have a banner so you guys can find us, but it'll be the back right.
Yeah. So back right. Remember that last year we walked in and you can go to the left, you can go to the middle, you can go to the right. So back right. Okay. Monday night, I was trying to hit up my coach to see if he could plan something awesome for all of us that are going. And then, but he basically defaulted to the super social event. So he's like, I'm going to go. It's actually one of his clients that actually runs the super social. So I was like, I've been basically avoiding that for the last couple of years. So I figure I'd just go. And so we'll do the super social thing. I'll do the super social thing on Monday and, whatever, hang out over there. And then I'm out of there on Tuesday afternoon. Okay. So maybe on Tuesday, I'll try and let's kind of get like 2 or 3 lunch tables together. Now that I say this out loud, we'll try and get 2 or 3 lunch tables together for Tuesday for lunch. Have some fun. Oh, super social is on Sunday. All right. Never mind. I thought it was on Monday, but whatever. Okay. All right. Well, anyways, that's it. Okay. Make sure you got your AI is ready to roll. And then we should probably do this, but when I get back, for those of you guys that come, when we get back on Friday, maybe we should just do like, your top 1 insight, most important thing, what the commitment is. Let's do that on Friday when we get back. And then I really would like to, the following week, you guys can hold me accountable to this on whatever that's the 31st. I really would like to deep dive on listing presentation, listing process. Okay. So let's go Friday, the 31st. Listing presentation, listing process. Let's work on that as a group. Okay. Happy Friday. I'll see you guys later. I got to go. I'm still stinky from my workout. So I got to go shower up and get cleaned up. Later.